I imagine I was in Paris and I wanted to bring you to my patisserie.
My bride is the kind of bride that wants to have a dress that's very memorable. She's an expert at finding beautiful, wonderful, very well-made, garments.
There is a silhouette for almost every girl here, sticking to the ode of classic tailoring, of course, but still evolving as a brand and showing you different dimensions of what we could do.
I think that the bridal world has changed. All the rules are somewhat broken, and girls are now, not everyone wants a gown, but they still want to look like a bride.
Today's look is Gorgeous by Bobbi Brown. It's really a monochromatic makeup where you see a pop of rose, which is a flat tone in the eyes. We use Ballet Pink Longwear Cream Shadow. And then for the cheeks, it's that look where it's blushing, but it doesn't look like actual blush. So I applied the blush and then went back over top of it with foundation so that you get this lit from within glow. And the lips kind of remind you of candy. When you see the set, it'll all make sense, but it's a bright lip, it's fun, it's happy, so it just creates a really gorgeous, luminous look.
It was a light, airy, delicate kind of feeling for the hair. So we went and chose to put the hair up into a loose knot, if you will, but also using their natural textures. So we didn't iron the hair first. We didn't blow dry the hair straight first. We wanted to use the natural textures that the girl came in with so that it had that very lived-in feel to it.
Okay, that's very good. Very nice. That's great.
I imagine I was in Paris and I wanted to bring you to my patisserie. It's because I was inspired by Paris, by sweets. Can you imagine to see the shiny floors, the cup of coffee, the beautiful cases, and that will really inspire. The fabrics, as you see, they are very soft, very sweet. They have dresses with a sparkle. And it's the beautiful colors, the sweets.
Oh, I loved it. The whole confection story was really fantastic that Ines di Santo did. she had a lot more wearable looks this season, a little fuller skirts, not everything so see-through, and layers of fabric but still effortless. I think she did a great job, and I'm sure the stores will be very happy with it. Brides are much more experimental than they used to be, and the soft pastels are very pretty, and it's kind of very acceptable. It's nothing that outrageous, but I think it adds a lot of dimension to a white wedding dress.
We have crystals with the blue. They have dresses with butterflies. And then in my cases, I have this confection, and when you open the cases, you see those beautiful gowns. Can you imagine how fun it is when we have to choose those gowns?
Models during the finale are wearing faux dessert headpieces on headbands. All of the colors are really soft pastels, lavender, pinks, very, very light yellow, mint green, and light blue, and covered in light velvet with the faux desserts on top.
I think everybody and any place on the world you can wear these gowns. They are all my babies. For me, they are all beautiful.
The collection kind of evolved a little bit, and what I did is almost a beginning to what I left off last season. I left off with a beautiful sparkle extravaganza, so this collection is kind of like a continuation of that. It's a lot of sparkle, a lot of bling, as you would say. I'm very well known for beading, so you're going to see a lot of beautiful techniques in beading, and just even layering of laces with beautiful sparkles underneath. We've used a lot of organzas, a lot of tulle, a lot of laces this season. Very flowy, a lot of very flowy, very soft fabrics. It's an extravaganza of horsehair with beautiful beaded bodice. Of course, I'm very well known for my embroideries. Big full ball gowns. Ball gowns are in again, so I'm very excited that that's because I love my ball gowns. My bride is the kind of bride that wants to have a dress that's very memorable. She knows beautiful construction, she knows very couture clothes, and she's an expert at finding beautiful, wonderful, very well-made, garments.
The look for today is just really feminine, really gorgeous. We're focusing on a look that has tones of rose, pink, gold tones. So you'll find that there's a very beautiful feathered eyebrow, a wash of color in the eyes. You're not seeing an overly constructed eye. It's like a wash of color. Also in the cheeks, you're seeing a monochromatic tone that enhances the eye color and joins the eye color with the lips. And also what's really gorgeous is with the lip color, it's like that rose pink tone, but it's not too bright, it's not too neutral. It's just a really gorgeous look that complements the bride as well as her dress.
Today the brides wanted to a really youthful look. Kempt but unkempt, something a bride could do on her own. Really nice soft waves, something very youthful. The collection is very soft, very flowy, and they wanted the hair to go along with that. They didn't want anything pulled up too tight, and the clothes are really made for a really youthful, spirited bride, and I think the hair kind of falls directly with that.
We're looking at our second line. The first time around when we launched in April, we did our ode to our classics. We did the classic Princess Bride, where we focused on our, core silhouettes. And this time around, the more we explore, the more we do our trunk shows, we meet the final girl. We meet our Sachin Babi girl that's growing up. So we've kept it a bit more mood-based. We went into softer fabrics, a little bit more angelic, a little bit more on the mood of how she'd be getting married or where she'd be getting married. So a lot of lace, a lot of beautiful soft tools, point d'esprit. There is a silhouette for almost every girl here, showing different point of views, sticking to the ode of classic tailoring, of course, but still evolving as a brand and showing you different dimensions of what we could do. There is a lot of detail to construction. The inner part of a bridal gown is, I would say, 3 times more intricate, if not 5, depends on the piece. There's corsetting, there's boning, the linings are different. So yes, it's only a preview of 13 pieces that you'll see today, but the timing of actually conceptualizing and making this is a very laborious task. gorgeous. She's super kind of bohemian, I feel. It's layers of different lace, and there's beautiful silk ruffles, and then there's of course an ode to the classic tie back, but it's actually an asymmetrical high-low piece. This one's angelic, look at her. It's got the beaded belt, it's got the wispy kind of cape-like detail. So see, it's a strapless gown with a beautiful tie around her arms, and then it's got a beautiful tie back here, and then it's lined twice. So it's the details on the top, and then of course there's a beautiful corded lace at the back. It's very funny. We didn't really plan on a bridal. We had young girls actually run off to Neiman's or Saks and pair our separates and wear them for their weddings, then Instagram us. And the fine department store said, you know, give it to us because this is how girls are dressing. So it really came from the consumer base. It came from the girl who knows us. She wants beautiful, chic things within reach. And she's super savvy, so it stemmed from that need. It's a changing landscape, I think, like in our business all across the board.
Instead of it being an inspiration for the season, it was taking iconic details and parts of our brand heritage, which I really think are pearls, bows, and feathers, and weaving that story into every single gown in some way. You can see the pearls, it's very evident, from pearl buttons going down the entire back to pearl collars, but also feathers done in little polka dot patterns, and not in the way that you normally see feathers. And then with ribbons, like with the bows, we did a whole cut silk fabric that's all cut like little bows. So it's this very textured gown, but it's all little teeny bows that it's woven into the fabric that way. What did you all think crossing the street? It was so fun. We were all walking along, everyone is staring, everyone just parted ways so we could all get through, and it was amazing. It's a true New York moment to be able to be in Union Square and do it this way.
First of all, I love that she always picks interesting venues, and the pavilion in Union Square was just so sweet and such a gorgeous day for a presentation. I loved her collection. I thought she had really interesting textures. And I just thought that they were very clean line and interesting and a little bit architectural. Oh my God, we're all eating everybody's oysters, and it's just so sweet and festive. Lela loves to always give a great party, so she's really into entertaining. And having a wedding, this would be an amazing spot for a wedding. And the dresses just fit the setting. A lot of them would look great in a restaurant setting or a rooftop, terrace, urban city, especially on this perfect day. It just was a perfect collection.
I love every detail with everything. So it's not just the details in the dress, but it's also how you dress your table, you dress yourself. And I think that when you're getting married, what you choose as your dress is part of that story. But then also having a surrounding that you totally understood, from the French pearl cocktail to the oysters with the pearl canapé picks, you know, that you really got the whole story.
I thought Lela Rose's dresses were so elegant and so beautiful, and they had that sophisticated grace to them. They were like a modern day Grace Kelly in a lot of ways. You saw elegance, tradition, but definitely modern and playful with polka dots and the bows in the hair. I think first and foremost, it's all about connecting with the bride on that one dress. Has to be the dress for her. And I think that by using more interesting fabrics and also by doing silhouettes that are not necessarily gowns, I think that the bridal world has changed and all the rules are somewhat broken, and girls are now, not everyone wants a gown, but they still want to look like a bride. She's someone who is confident. She definitely has kind of a fashion-forward sense of style, but she knows who she is, and she doesn't need that princess look that's straight out of a box and that all of her friends are wearing. That she's going to do something a little bit more modern and kind of an alternative to that.